Do you notice? You already used the whole time you have, your calendar is completely full, but you still feel like you're not working very efficiently. That's probably because your calendar is not based on the circumstances you're in. And if you're watching this video, I'm sure that you're wasting at least 50% of your time right now. Yo bro, what's up? My name is Sammy, and today I'm going to tell you about how to manage your time based on your own circumstances. If you're asking yourself why you should listen to me about this topic, I'm a 13-year-old content creator that still manages to get A+ in school and maintain high fitness levels while having a completely normal teenage life. What I first want you to do is you have to understand your energy cycle. Look, over the day you have different times where you're productive or unproductive. That's based completely personally on you, whether you're a morning person or an evening person or something in between. And what you have to do is you have to find out the sweet spot for you, when to do focus time and when to do not. And the best way to find out about this is just by doing your self-trial experiment over like a few days to maybe even a few weeks, testing when your sweet spot is. And as an example, most people have no energy at all when they come back from work or school, but are very good and productive in the morning or after a little bit of rest, for example, a workout after the work. Now, number 2, which is never fall into the scrolling trap. I'm sure you already experienced this, and most people did it. Most people are like, okay, I finished this task. Now I'm going to watch 1 or 2 more reels and then I'm going to go back to work. And I'm also sure you ended up scrolling for half an hour afterwards. And tell you what, this is completely normal. And this isn't because of you. You don't lack discipline. Your motivation to do something is just way lower than before due to the dopamine flow you get from Reels or TikTok or YouTube Shorts. See, through scrolling, way more dopamine is set free. And studies show that after high dopamine activities like scrolling or playing video games, it's extremely hard to do something that doesn't set free as much dopamine as the activity you did before. So what can you do to prevent this? So that is a very easy answer, because the only thing you need to do is plan your dopamine. And what I mean with this one is actually planning when you're going to be working and when you're going to relax from work through example scrolling, even though this is still very bad for your energy levels and anything else in your brain. Okay, this leads us perfectly to our next point in the list, which is put in deep work immediately, like the second you wake up. Now, I already touched this a little bit earlier, like I said, but what I really mean is work on the hardest task of the day as soon as you wake up. And really take 1 to 2 hours every day for it, with no exception. Because trust me, these 2 hours you invest now save you 4 to 5 hours later in the day for the exact same task. I know this sounds like a complete hustler tip once again, but try to integrate this habit at least 5 times a week if you're not on vacation or something. Number 4 is plan your day. And I'm definitely not talking about having 20 to-dos you all have to finish before even feeling fine about yourself. What I'm really saying is having time slots for when to do what marked in your calendar. Another thing I like to mention with this one is delete white space from your calendar. No short email check after a study period, no quick YouTube video after an hour of work. Fill these blank spaces in, for example, study periods or meetings, with useful activities such as organizing the notes you made or doing quickly completed tasks. The important for this one is always do the thing that doesn't distract you for longer than the thing takes. So don't have any creative work in there. Now to number 5, which is use your commute time efficiently. Look, if you go to school or work, you have at least 5 to 10 hours every week you just have to take to travel to there. and you're probably in the bus or car doing nothing but listening to music, or just really doing nothing and thinking about your life. And this is completely fine, but what you have to understand that this is enough time to learn a new skill every month or even scale a small business. So use that time wisely. What I like to do in there is feeding my mind with knowledge by listening to a podcast or an audiobook, or doing little time blocker tasks like answering emails or testing the newest AI model on what it can do. This is also the perfect transition to the next point on our list, which is use AI effectively. See, AI is everywhere, so you might as well just use it wisely. Make connectors, like really connecting your calendar to your Claude chat, and see how much time you really have. Use Claude Cowork to do simple tasks like answering emails or social media management for you. Use ChatGPT to create images that would cost you hundreds of euros with thumbnail designers. There's way too much I have to talk about with AI, so I am going to drop a separate video about it next week. But if you understand AI will understand your life better than you do. And be sure to subscribe to the channel to not miss that next upload, because it will change your future. Now create mind batches. Connect important tasks like scripting a video or studying for school into bigger slots. What I mean with this one is, if you study, do it for multiple subjects. If you have a meeting, have a whole afternoon just doing meetings. Now, my last tip in the list, skip multitasking, because it is just the worst form of productivity you should ever get. See, multitasking is a myth. There is no such thing as multitasking. All your brain does is basically jump in from task to task the whole time. This blocks any type of real focus that might, could, or can possibly appear. So what you need to do is focus on one task at a time and do the other task later. You will be faster with both of them. That's already it. We're at the end of another video, and subscribe to the channel to not miss the announcement I'm posting on Sunday, because it is an important one. Subscribe to follow the journey. See you soon. You're simply Sammy.